Hello, Oliver James here. I am going live with my with the Europa League final qualification round live scores and reactions to it, because I'm doing this because I'm apologizing for missing day 2 of the Carabao Cup yesterday due because I was busy. I had things to do which had just come up on the day, so I apologise for that. And I know people don't really care about the Europa League and everything like that. But I mean, if you support Wolves, who are in action in about 15 minutes, United, Arsenal, then Celtic, who are currently still 2-1 up over Athens, Rangers, who kick off in 15 minutes as well, or anyone else, then you will want to take a keen interest on who goes through. Just like earlier, we've had one result. Qarabağ FK have gone through on aggregate, well, away goals, I should say, over Northern Ireland's Linfield. It was 3-2 to Linfield from the first leg. Qarabağ win this one 2-1, so it's 4-4, but because Qarabağ got 2 away goals to Linfield's 1, Qarabağ progress 4-4 on aggregate. So it's 4 all on aggregate, that was. And FC Copenhagen currently nearly full time. They are 1-0 down to Riga FC of Latvia. All Riga FC need is one more goal, and they will knock out Copenhagen. Because Riga FC are 1-0 up, but they are behind 3-2 on aggregate. So one more goal will give Riga the away goals win over Copenhagen. And imagine FC Copenhagen going out before even matching up to the group stages. It would be something quite spectacular, to be fair with you. Celtic still 2-1 up over AIK Athens, but Athens need 3 goals in the next 15 minutes to try and knock out Celtic. That is not going to happen. Apollon are 1-0 down to PSV Eindhoven, who are now 4-0 up on aggregate after the 3-0 first leg win. Bate Borisov are 1-0 up against FC Astana. Astana. So yeah, Bate Borisov still, well, they are heading out unless they can grab 2 goals. Unless they can grab 2 goals in the last 15 minutes, or Bate are going out of the Europa League. Malmo are still 1 up against Benayyuda Tel Aviv. They are 4-0 up now on aggregate. Mold 1-0 up over Partizan Belgrade. They've just scored as well, Malmo, so now it's 2-2. Mold, as it stands, will knock out Partizan on away goals rule, unless Partizan Belgrade can score a goal now. PAOK Thessaloniki FC 2, Slavian Bratislava 2, but PAOK looks set to be knocked out by Slovan Bratislava. It is 3-2 on aggregate. I think PAOK need 2 to go through now, because Bratislava have got 2 away goals. So PAOK need to win 4-2 to knock them out. It's been a weird one for Espanyol tonight. They are 2-1 up against Zorora Luhanski. I never really heard of them myself, really, but yes, anyway. And now they are 5-2 up on aggregate on that one. Braga of Portugal are 2-0 up against Spartak Moscow, 55 minutes played there. Ricardo Horta scored twice for Braga. They are now 3-0 up over Spartak Moscow on aggregate. Halftime, Hapoel Beersheba 0, Feyenoord 0 at halftime. Hapoel Beersheba are actually down to 10 men, but they're also 3-0 down from the first leg. So any signs of a comeback now looks even more unlikely for Hapoel Beersheba. Royal Antwerp nil, AZ Alkmaar nil. Mbakani, the former Norwich striker, has been sent off for Antwerp. 1-1. They could have recorded such an unbelievable win to knock out a good Dutch team in AZ Alkmaar. 1-1 from the first leg, 0-0 at halftime here, and Diemruk Diumaki Mbakani sent off as well. They've got Richie delayed Antwerp. They've got Faris Haroun, who was like a future star in the makings. But I do now think it is going to be AZ Alkmaar who will progress. Trabzonspor 2-0 down to AK Athens. It's now 3-3 on aggregate. As it will stand, Trabzonspor will still go through on an away goal rule unless AK can score one more. Because obviously, because Trabzonspor scored 3 goals away from home last week. But John Obi Mikel booked and Joao Pereira booked for them. But I think also John Obi Mikel has come off. But Trabzonspor, though, are without Daniel Sturridge. Alexander Serloff, the striker, is on, and I think that is when Trabzonspor, yes, they were 2-0 down when they brought off Juan Obi Mikel. But they are without Daniel Sturridge as well. Dungelade or Dulagi against Amarat Armenia. It's now 3-1 to Amarat Armenia on the night. 3-1 up on an aggregate. Venek Varios against Suduva. That was 0-0 from the first leg. Suduva could be making it into the. I know it's only been 35 minutes played, but they are 1-0 up as it stands. And Veronik Varossi were 56% favourites in a poll taken before the match to win the game. But they are absolutely losing at the moment as it stands. Rijeka against Ghent is 1-1. Ghent is 1-1. Jakov Pulisic, who put Rijeka ahead and drew them level 2-2 on aggregate, which would have taken them through on the away goal rule until Igor Plaston, a minute later, has put Ghent back in control. Maribor are playing Ludogorets as it stands. 0-0 from the first leg. Ludogorets have got the away goal. Marcelino, after 17 minutes, he got booked and then scored. So, yeah, that one is 1-0 there. Frankfurt and Strasbourg of France, 0-0 currently to score that one. After 7 minutes. But Strasbourg are 1-0 up from the first leg. Rangers Legia Warsaw kicks off in about 10 minutes, just like Wolverhampton Wanderers and Torino. Then the last game to kick off is Vitória Guimarães of Portugal against FCSB of Romania. So yeah, they are currently the scores on the doors. Well, I mean, I think as we have been reading through the scores, it was 1-0 PSV when I last checked. It's now 3-0 to PSV Eindhoven. They are 6-0 up on aggregate now. And you just say why I'm flicking across to the screen is because it's a current friendly match, just a friendly match. England women against Belgium women. It's 2-2. England women went 2-0 up. 2 late goals before half time has given Belgium the equaliser. Well, 2 goals there to equalise. 2-2 Belgium women against England women. But yeah, as I was saying, Mitroglou and then Doniel Malen for PSV have added to the goals. Doniel Malen got the assist for the first one. I Harteren with that one, and then Doniel Malen, who and speaking of that, Doniel Malen, I've actually signed him on my FIFA career with Brighton and Hove Albion. He's actually a very good very good player. Riga are on the verge of knocking out FC Copenhagen. It is in the 95th minute. Copenhagen, no, they're not. They are on the verge of going out unless they can score the goal. But Riga have had a man sent off for the second bookable offence as well. So Riga are on the verge of going out, but they do win on the night. Celtic holding on, 80th minute, 2-1 up. They would obviously prefer to win on the night rather than lose on the night. So yeah. So as it stands, both of my bets that I done are over because of Copenhagen. Because I stupidly tell someone don't bet on the same team on two different bets. Well, I done that, and it's come back to bite me on the ass. So yeah, Riga have beaten Copenhagen by 1-0, but they are knocked out of the Europa League final qualification stage. So you will see Quarterback so far and FC Copenhagen in the group stages. As it stands, I probably will not even get a single view today. But I mean, one thing that I have been moaning about, and I think that I've got all right to moan about it, is that like Celtic and that. My opinion is when they are qualifying in the Champions League, in the qualifiers, and they get knocked out, they should not be allowed into the Europa League. Understandable if they made it into the group stages and they finished third place. That is understandable because that is the rule. If you finish third, the team who finishes third in each group drops down into the Europa League. That's fine. But if you're qualifying for the Champions League and you can't even qualify for the Champions League, why should you be allowed to qualify for the Europa League and take it away from someone else, from the other poor countries who want to get into the Europa League, at least group stages, and have 6 matches in that, two against each team home and away, which, I mean, just say they had Wolves. Going to the Molineux and bringing Wolves to your stadium would give you massive amounts of money. And so someone like Celtic are just going to take that away from teams. They shouldn't be in it because they won't be doing anything. Rangers have deserved to be where they are so far, but they could get knocked out, Steven Gerrard's Rangers. Let's hope not, because obviously, I love Stevie G to bits. But it's also not all plain sailing for Wolves either. They've got Torino, who are a very good team. Andrea Bellotti got a late away goal. No, it wasn't. Late home goal. Wolves, though, have got away goals as well. As I've been speaking, Bate Borisov are edging ever closer to potentially forcing extra time. They have scored again now. Bate 2, FC Astana 0. So Bate Ivajini Yabalaski has scored for them. Bate need one more goal to force extra time against Astana. Malmo still 1 up. Mold and Partizan Beograd Nemanja Militic with the goal for Partizan, which has effectively knocked Mold. No, it hasn't effectively knocked out Mold because, Partizan have now got the away goal. Mold got 1 away goal. So Mold need another goal. No, Mold now need 2 because Partizan's away goal would have cleared it. So Partizan are going to go through here over Mold. Remember, Bate still need 1 more. Celtic sitting pretty, just like PSV. Like I said, they shouldn't be in it. PAOK need 2, but I think Bratislava are going to hold on very well. Espanyol, well, it's now 5-3. Zoroya have equalised, or they equalised about 10 minutes ago, but obviously I was going through all the latest scores at the time. They've equalised against Espanyol. It's 2-2, but it's still 5-3 on aggregate to Espanyol. Just imagine if Zoria could get another goal right now before full time. That would really cause some damage then, wouldn't it? It's 2 would have mattered. Yeah, so 3-1. It would have ended on the night. So I think Espanyol are going through regardless because of the away goal rules, even if Zorora did get 2 goals. Braga are still 2-up yet against Spartak Moscow, like I've said there. Feyenoord have come out at halftime like a house on fire. As I said, Hapoel Beersheva were down to 10 men, and it would have taken some probably sort of miracle for them. Orkan Kokyu and Stephen Bergius have scored 2 goals in 6 minutes at the Turner Stadium in Beersheva, as Feyenoord now go 5-0 up on aggregate, and I don't see any way back for Hapoel Beersheva at all here now. Feyenoord are on the verge of the group stages. Royal Antwerp and AZ Alkmaar still 0-0, but Royal Antwerp have got a cracking chance. Well, I mean, they did before they lost their striker, Mbakani. Didier Lamek Z has also been booked. Now they've got another booking. But strangely, it was AZ Alkmaar who made 2 changes in the second half here. Royal Antwerp have not made any, but Trabzonspor have made 2 changes. That is not doing anything. It's 3-3. Trabzonspor need a goal, or it's AK Athens going into the next round of the Europa League. Despite the 3 away goals, I think Athens, well, no, because they got 3. The 2 Athens away goals now should not. Would that cancel out Trabzonspor? It could do. Well, as we were saying that Fenerbahce, I think them and Sudiva, the only 2 teams that I don't think and I've ever heard of who are playing against each other. I mean, because I've heard of teams playing against one another. These 2 I haven't. But Roland Varga has equalised for Fenerbahce. It's now 1-1 on aggregate there. Sudiva would still be going through as it stands on away goal rules. Rijeka and Ghent is 1-1 still. Ghent still up 3-2 on aggregate. That's nearly half-time. Maribor are now 2-0 down to Ludogorets at home. Maribor need 3 to go through, or they are out, and it looks that way as well. A penalty scored by Claudiu Cerezeru. Frankfurt need goals, but I'm not surprised that they don't have any since losing their big striker, Luka Jovic. But they need a goal to at least force extra time against Strasbourg. Rangers and Legia Warszawa is about to kick off now. The Rangers team, to be fair, is Alan McGregor, Borna Barisic, the man who scored the late winner in the SBL on the weekend, Nikola Katic, Connor Goldson, and James Tavernier. Big player. Scott Arfield, Ryan Jack and Stephen Davies, Joe Aribo, Alfredo Morales, and a guy who I've rated for a long time on loan from Liverpool, Sheyi Ojo. That is who is starting for Rangers, and they've got on the bench Philippe Helander, Jermaine Defoe, Wesley Foddington, John Flanagan, Glenn Kamara, Jordan Jones, and Kidek Stewart, and the manager, Steven Gerrard. They've got Legia Warszawa, while Wolves have got Torino 3-2 up from the first leg. Rui Patricio in goal, Jesus Vallejo, Connor Cody and Willie Bolly, Adama Traore, Dendon Docker, Saiz Moutinho, Jone, Raul Jimenez, and Diego Jota, both up top for them. Andrea Boletti and Simon Zaza up top for Torino. Will take some stopping. Zaza and Belotti on the bench for Wolves. Ryan Bennett, Pedro Neto, Ruben Neves on the bench. Patrick Crute on the strike is still on the bench. Ruben Vanigra, John Ruddy, and Morgan Gibson White as well. So yeah, but they are managed by Walter Mazzari, while Nuno Espirito Santo is in charge of Wolves. So yes, those 2 games are now underway. Rangers, Warszawa, Wolves, and Torino both underway. 15 minutes until the last Europa League game. Victoria de Gramadas against FCSB of Romania. Belgium have completed a fantastic comeback. 2-0 down to England women. Belgium are now 3-2 up in a friendly match against the England women. Gary Neville No, sorry, Philip Neville. Ha 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 ha! But you must be raging. I was cheering England. We're winning on at the World Cup. Just it's a friendly match now. I can't be asked. So yeah. So I will go back through all the scores on the doors. But I do know that in that game against Fenix Varios, I can't actually properly pronounce it. Sorry about that. Against Seduva, there was a late goal on the stroke of half time from Venik 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 Cavaros. Cannot even pronounce their name. Feren, like it's going to be like Fernabache, so it's Fernic Varos. Fernic Varos have now gone 2-1 up. So as it stands, they are going through. They've come down. They come back from a goal down at home. Never heard of them. So they are someone who I will keep an eye out on. Them or Saduba, whoever go through, I will keep an eye out on them as well in the Europa League. Just like I've never heard of Ararat Armenia. They are beating F91 Dudlangi, who were favourites actually to win the game, but they are now 3-1 down still on aggregate. That one there. Luda Gillett is still 2-0 up. So now from the top, Celtic have scored again. Celtic are now 3-1 up. They're cruising 5-1 on aggregate. Christopher Julian. What the bloody hell is he? Christopher Julian. He started the whole game. That Christopher Julian. Yeah, he did in centre back. So as it stands, Celtic are on the verge of going through. Barté, as it stands, are going out. They need one more goal. They are in the 95th minute now. They need a goal to force extra time. They will win the game 2-0. I can see that happening. I can see that. But they need a goal if they can try and force extra time, or you will be seeing FC Astana going through. I mean, on this first ticket, it's only Copenhagen at the minute that's fucked me over. PAOK have scored as well against Slovan Bratislava. It's now 3-3 on aggregate. But I do think that Bratislava are still going to go through. It was an 87th minute goal from Dimitros Guinea Lewis there. As it stands, Molde, it doesn't matter even if Molde get a goal, they're still heading out. Zororas are also still heading out, which has been very unlucky to them. They are also heading out, but that's a 2-2 draw. So that one is also this big one. It's doing crap for me there. Espanyol have drawn 2-2, by the way, but they are through on aggregate. Braga still 2 up. Feyenoord are now running away with a 6-0 up on aggregate now. Wouterberger has made it. Hapoel Beersheva 0, Feyenoord 3. Now, could this be a rout? Molde and Partizan draw 1-1. Astana have knocked out Barté, who could not get that late goal to force extra time because of like away goal rules. That is unfortunately what happens. I mean, they weren't level anyway, but that is what happens anyway. And just to add insult to injury, there is even time for Doniel Malin to get a fourth goal now for PSV. Apollon Limassol, who beat Everton in the Europa League last season or the season before, they are heading out in the final qualification spot. They are losing 4-0 at home, 7-0 on aggregate now. And Celtic 6-1 now on aggregate, 4-1 up on the night. They've just scored again. Lewis Morgan. It's Celtic heading into the Celtic are through. PSV are through. PSV winning 4-0 there. It's an absolute rout for them. An absolute rout for them. I don't see Hapoel Beersheva scoring either on that one. Malmo FF are through now. PAOK have scored again against Bratislava. Oh no, 3-2. I said that. Damn, I still thought that was 2-2. I think, though, Slovan Bratislava are going to knock out PAOK, which they are a team to watch out for. They are a team to watch out for. Don't tell me on this ticket at the minute Copenhagen are going to be the only team that's screwing me over. Athens still 2 up as well. As well. Wolves, Torino 0-0. Rangers, Legia, Warsaw 0-0 still from those ones. Most of these games are virtually no, some of these games are still there. So PAOK, no point on them anymore. So yeah, Braga still 2-0 up at Spartak Moscow. Feyenoord 3 up still over Hapoel Beersheba. Royal Antwerp 0-0 still with AZ Alkmaar despite having Mbakani sent off. They are holding their own, and they would actually go through on their away goal, as it would stand. As it would stand, AZ Alkmaar would be knocked out by Royal Antwerp, which would be an absolute shocker. Would be an absolute shocker. It would be an absolute shocker. Rangers 0-0 with Warsaw, Wolves 0, Torino 0. There is no really games which is making me hyped up as of yet anyway. But yeah, PAOK and Slovan Bratislava, they're still going. No, they're not anymore. And yep, PAOK have been knocked out on away goals by Slovan Bratislava. So at the minute, the teams who are going through at the minute, updated teams that are qualifying for the group stages of the Europa League, just in case you are fans of Manchester United, Arsenal and Wolves from England. Well, Wolves maybe not. So as of yet, just Arsenal and Manchester United so far. Teams going through, that have gone through and who you could be drawn against. Qarabag, Copenhagen, Celtic, PSV, FC Astana, Malmo, Partizan, Slovan Bratislava, and Espanyol, and it's going to be Braga, and it's going to be Feyenoord, who are 6-0 up on aggregate now. So it's definitely going to be them. And also, as it stands, AK Athens could be knocking out Trabzonspor as it stands so far. And Ludogorets, because they are 2-0 up as well. They are 2-0 up over Maribor, but there's still a lot of time for them to change there. In general, I don't see that in general changing, but but it might do. And I know that people are saying, why stream? No one's even going to come onto your live stream, so you may as well just talk to yourself. So you're basically talking to yourself. Spoiler alert, I talk to myself on a daily basis. So I am used to this. So yeah, I am used to it. And I'm also used to no one coming in and watching my my live streams as well. So yeah, I am used to that. Making up for missing the Europa League things yesterday as well. No, not the Europa League, the Carabao Cup second round ones, where there were some thrillers like Lincoln Everton 4-2. I would have loved to have been live streaming on that because I would have been celebrating every single Lincoln City goal that had gone past. So yeah, Braga, 10 minutes to go in that one. They are still 2-0 up at Spartak Moscow. Yes, and why this one is also ending is because of the Trabzonspor, and they are not gonna come back, are they? Doubt it. This one though, only once about Copenhagen. Yeah, no, I done Celtic, which I've won. No, this one would also be over because it ended 4-0, didn't it? Yeah. It was PSV on this one. Fuck. So Frankfurt have scored against Strasbourg. Lamine Kone own goal. The Strasbourg centre-back has put the ball into his own net, which, as it would stand, would force extra time. If it stays 1-0, that is the only way it could be extra time. If it stays 1-0. This one, if it stayed 0-0, would be extra time. Any goal from Warsaw would mean Rangers would need to score double what they have. Well, except for if they go 2-0 up, then Rangers would need to score 3. So 4. And the only way Wolves and Torino would go into extra time is if Torino won 3-2. If Torino won 3-2. And Guimaraes and FFSB is also 0-0 from that first leg as well. So yeah, but yeah, Frankfurt are in front, and I've got Frankfurt, so yeah, that one would be. Maribor, Ludo, Zirets, both teams to score, not yet, obviously. Hapoel Beersheva and Feyenoord, they're probably not going to, but Jitka and Ghent have as well. So that one, finally getting another tick on that one. So yeah, there's still 20 minutes to go in the women's friendly match between England and Belgium. England went 2-0 up as well against Belgium. Now they are 3-2 down, which I mean, I think everyone as well as me saw that coming. So yeah, I will give you a recap on the teams that will be joining Manchester United, Celtic, and Arsenal in the Europa Leagues very shortly, because there are still games going on, and there could be still twists and turns from now until 10 o'clock tonight. There could still be twists and turns. There are very slim chances of that extra time, which I mean, I think is very disappointing that there will probably not be any extra times in the Europa League games tonight. Because I mean, it would be enjoyable to see extra time, to be honest with you, in some of them. So yeah, Athens, aka Athens, still 2-0 up over Trabzonspor. Ararat, Armenia still 1 up. Well, and that second half has just got underway as well against F91 Dudlangi, who need goals, and they need them quick if they are going to go through at the Stade José Barthel neutral location stadium. Well, it's not actually called the neutral location stadium, but that is that anyway. Half an hour gone in Germany. Frankfurt 1, Strasbourg 0. In at the Ibrox, still Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0. And at Molineux, it's still Wolves 0, Torino 0. Come on, Wolves. Always up to the support the English teams when I can. Wolves 0, Torino 0 as it stands. And the last game of the Europa League games at the minute, Victoria di Guimaraes 0, FCSB. That game is just kicked off, by the way. That one is also 0-0. There could be some twists and turns, but yeah, teams that have qualified, as I said, I would let you know, teams that are going to be joining the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Celtic. Well, I mean, from like importance, from like England and Scotland, teams joining them: Qarabag, Copenhagen, Celtic, as I just said, PSV, FC Astana, despite losing, Malmo, Partizan, Slovan Bratislavia, and Espanyol, and also as it stands, SC Braga, and Feyenoord, as it stands, and potentially AK Athens, but that could all change with the roll of the dice. Trabzonspor get a goal, it is all up in the air. Trabzonspor would qualify, and then Athens would then need one more goal. So they've got less than 20 minutes to get that goal, which could keep them in the Europa League, or otherwise not for Trabzonspor. 2-0 down to Athens. They just need a goal that would knock out Athens. Still goals in the other 3. Frankfurt still 1 up at Strasbourg as well. F91 Dudlange, whatever they're bloody called, they have just equalised against Ararat Armenia. 1-1 now, 3-2 on aggregate still to Ararat Armenia. So is it going to be them or are F91 Dudlange, who need about 2 more goals to knock out Ararat Armenia to go into the group stages of the Europa League, to join United, to join Celtic, who qualified earlier, to join Arsenal, and I presume, oh, great penalty. Great penalty. England women are level again. What a thrilling friendly match that is. Belgium 3, England 3. They've just scored from the penalty spot of England. But anyway, F91 Dude Lange have equalised. Now, they need 2 more. This is getting interesting. This is getting something quite interesting here so far. It's getting quite interesting. Wolves still 3-2 up from that first leg, obviously. But this is getting interesting now. England women have just equalised in that friendly match. Belgium, England 3 from the penalty spot. Anyway, oh my word, this is unbelievable. What is happening here? AZ Alkmaar have conceded to Royal Antwerp. Royal Antwerp down to 10 men, 10 minutes before half time. They lost Mbakani. If people say that name rings a bell, he was on loan at Norwich a few seasons ago. He got sent off before half time, which let Royal Antwerp down to 10 men, and Didier Lamek Z has scored, and this is unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. Royal Antwerp down to 10 men, Didier Lamek Z has scored. 2 minutes later, he's been sent off. Royal Antwerp are down to 9 men, but as it stands, they are knocking out AZ Alkmaar. Alkmaar need 2 goals because even if Alkmaar make it 1-1, it'll still go into extra time despite AZ Alkmaar despite Alkmaar having 2 men more than Royal Antwerp. If Antwerp go through with 9 men, that is just a testament to who wants it more, Royal Antwerp or AZ Alkmaar. At the minute, it is Antwerp who want it more. Trabzonspor, time is running out for Trabzonspor there. Time is running out for them. They've got about less than 15 minutes now. They've got less than 15 minutes. Time is running out for them. And the other games are still all 0-0 as well there in the late 3 games. Rangers 0-0, Rangers Warsaw 0-0, Wolves Torino 0-0, and obviously Guimaraes FC FCSB 0-0 as well. I can't believe that one. Royal Antwerp 1, AZ Alkmaar 0. They are down to 9 men, and well, I mean, I will just profess it. They were down to 10 men when they scored against AZ Alkmaar. They had Mbakani, the former Norwich loanee. They had him sent off 35th minute. They had Didier Lamekel Z booked early in the second half. Then he scores. Then a minute and a half later, he gets sent off, which leaves Antwerp with 9 men against 11 men Alkmaar. And Alkmaar are still struggling to break them down. Alkmaar need 2 goals to go through on away goals. 1 goal will force extra time. This is looking promising for Royal Antwerp here. And this would be an absolute testament to them, to who wants it more. The Belgian club Antwerp, who were not doing too bad in their leagues, actually. They beat... So they knocked out Victoria Plzeň, despite losing 2-1 away. They won 1-0 at home. But they got the away goal on that one. So yeah, at the minute though, Royal Antwerp, wow. It is a testament to them about that they want it more. Maribor Ludogorets 0-0 at, 2-0 Ludogorets at half time, I should say. No goals yet. No more. Well, I say well. Spartak Moscow have scored against Braga in the 89th minute. It's 2-1 on the night, but 3-1 Braga now on aggregate. So, too little, too late for Spartak Moscow, but they have got a goal, none of the less. They've got a goal, none of the less. Anyway, but I can't believe Royal Antwerp. This is the story of the night so far. This is unbelievable, and this will be tweeted out by me, Facebooked out by me, if Royal Antwerp could cause the upset of the night here in the Europa League, because there's not really been any other upset. Riga beating Copenhagen 1-0, that's an upset, but Copenhagen still went through. Bate losing to Astana, well, I mean they won on the night, but they went out. That can be a little bit, you know. Slavia and Bratislava as well, yeah, that can be. But Royal Antwerp of Belgium to knock out a very good team in AZ Alkmaar whilst down to 9 men with over 15 minutes to play. That is just unbelievable. You don't see that every day. That that is just fantastic. You know, that's just fantastic. Looking ahead as well, Premier League action is back on Saturday. The early game Southampton, Manchester United, the late game Burnley, Liverpool, then Man City and Chelsea playing at 3 o'clock against Brighton at home and Sheffield United at home, respectively. There are more as well. The early game in the Championship on Saturday is Bristol City, Middlesbrough. That's at 12:30. There is Cardiff, Fulham tomorrow night. Or is it Cardiff, Huddersfield? I think it's Cardiff, Fulham. It is Cardiff, Fulham tomorrow night as well. There's no late one, is there? No, there's no early one in League One either. Where Betty Doncaster has been cancelled, obviously, from forever now. But Bolton, they are still in action, or is there one cancelled? No, they are away at Gillingham. No late game or early one in League Two there either for those. But yeah, Braga win 2-1. So Braga are officially through. They will join every other team that I've said in the group stage. For the Europa League draw is on tomorrow. So for you Celtic confirmers, United and Arsenal, so far all the teams you will be seeing in the hat if you're paying close attention. Like I am, and Liverpool are in the Champions League. Our group is okay. It's Napoli, Salzburg, and Genk. So, but I mean, I love football, so I am a football man. So I will. So I take pride in knowing what teams what get. If Arsenal got to the final again, but against someone other than Chelsea, I would want Arsenal to win. But if United got to the final, I would want them to get smashed. People would say, "Oh my God!" But I mean, they're English. Follow the English teams. No, no, you wouldn't see a Manchester United fan cheering on Liverpool in a final against anyone, would you? No, no, you wouldn't. Maybe not Arsenal, but I've got no problem with Arsenal. Like I've got no problem with Chelsea. Because if my kids wanted to support Chelsea when they grow up, if my daughter wants to, she can. I've got no issues with Chelsea because with my fiance's side of the family is Chelsea and my brother is Chelsea, but my eldest brother and the rest of us are Liverpool. So if she wants to pick Chelsea, let her pick Chelsea. I've got no issues. But if she went to support Man United or Everton, then there are issues. But other than that, I've got no issues whatsoever with who she wants to support. And potentially either the other or twins, whichever ones happen to be. Yeah. So still no goals as of yet, but this is absolutely incredible. I am still going to go on about this. Royal Antwerp 1, AZ Alkmaar 0. This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. The story of Royal Antwerp tonight. They went to Holland. They went to Alkmaar and came away with a 1-1 draw. Incredible. Incredible. Now they get Dirameski Mbakani, the man on loan from Norwich. Well, who used to be on loan at Norwich. He gets sent off after 35 minutes. Second bookable offence. 2 minutes between the bookings. What an idiot. And now you're thinking advantage AZ Alkmaar. Well, I was for sure. I think Alkmaar are a better team than Royal Antwerp. Second half starts. Didier Lamakel Z gets booked, and you're thinking, oh, they're picking up silly nonsense bookings. The next thing I know, Didier Lamakel Z scores. But because I reckon he got so excited that he must have taken off his shirt forgetting he got booked, because then he got a second yellow card and sent off. Now, Royal Antwerp are down to 9 men, but still, and 2-1 up on aggregate, which means AZ Alkmaar, which means you would think should not be hard, have to score twice against a team down to 9 men. But they're struggling. They've been down to 9 men now for 10 minutes. They are struggling, Alkmaar. Alkmaar just need 1 goal to force extra time. This is incredible. This is really incredible from Royal Antwerp. Absolutely incredible. Trabzonspor seem like that they may have just given up. They are doing whatever they can, but I don't actually think it's working for them today. They are still 2-0 down. They're still 2-0 down. They're still 2-0 down. They just need a goal as well to knock out Athens. They just need a goal that would knock out Athens, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Alkmaar need a goal to force extra time against the 9 men of Royal Antwerp. Unbelievable. Fenerbahce still 2-1 up against Siduba. Rijitka 1-1 against Ghent still. Halftime still Maribor 0. Ludogorets Razgrad 2. Frankfurt coming up to halftime. They're still 1-0 up over Strasbourg, which would take that into extra time. With Frankfurt down to 10 men, Ante Rebic given a straight red card. So if Strasbourg do score or Frankfurt do score anymore, there will be no more extra time. It can only be extra time if it stays the way it is. Rangers 0-0 against Legia Warsaw. They're still Wolves 0, Torino 0, Vitoria di Guimarães 0, FCSB 0. And it was Nikita Paris who scored that penalty for England in that friendly match, 3-3 thriller there. But, I mean, that is the story of the night for me so far. Royal Antwerp, they've got potentially 10 minutes or so, because I reckon there should be quite a bit of extra time for that, or added time for that game. Because obviously they've had men sent off all over the park. 2 players sent off they've had. And they're still beating AZ Alkmaar. What a story in Belgium that is. What a story that is for Royal Antwerp. What a story. What a story that is for Royal Antwerp. Incredible. Incredible. What a story for Royal Antwerp. Yes, I spelled that wrong. Apologies about that. But if you don't know what I'm going on about at the minute, it is an incredible story. Even if Alkmaar equalise, I'll be a bit sad, but they will still be going into extra time, even if Alkmaar score. But Alkmaar will need 2. Trabzonspor just need a goal. Trabzonspor just need 1 goal. That's all Trabzonspor need, is a goal. Wolverhampton Wanderers have scored against Torino. Raul Jimenez has scored 4-2 now on aggregate. Wolves 1, Torino 0. Wolves are on the verge. Advantage Wolves booking their place in the group stages. Advantage Wolves. Raul Jimenez, unbelievable last season. He's made an okay start this season. Wolves look set to be. They are halfway there, near enough. Torino. First leg 3-2. The only way this game could be extra time is if Torino win 3-2. That is the only way this game can reach extra time. If it ends 3-2 to Torino. But Wolves are 1-0 up anyway. The only way the Rangers game against Warsaw and Gramadas FCSB could be extra time is if they both stay 0-0. They are the only way those ones can go into extra time. Antwerp Alkmaar will go into extra time is if Alkmaar can somehow break down that stubborn 9-men team of Royal Antwerp. Trabzonspor just have to do something. They need a goal to knock out Athens. Frankfurt Strasbourg, if it stays the way that is, that'll go into extra time. Well, this is looking, things here are just looking incredible. Wolves have scored against Torino. Jimenez. Wolves look set to potentially knock out Torino. Raul Jimenez after half an hour. And I will put that up there because that is also going to be a good kind of story. And no! Alkmaar have broken down stubborn Antwerp. Oh, but you could have seen it coming though. You could have seen it coming. Antwerp was so close. They were so close to forcing the most unlikeliest of knockouts. But now Alkmaar have equalised. Oh no. But can Antwerp hold it to extra time? Or is there going to be late drama for AZ Alkmaar? Is there going to be late drama for Alkmaar? Antwerp 1, Alkmaar 1 now. But what a story for Antwerp still. Even if Alkmaar win, that's still a story. Trabzonspor just need a goal. Feyenoord are through now. Trabzonspor just need a goal. It's in added time. Trabzonspor need a goal. Antwerp 1, AZ Alkmaar 1 still. Maribor Ludogorets is back underway. Oh my word, that story could be ending on a sour note for Antwerp having 2 men sent off. Down to 10 men, they stood a chance. 9 men, they held off Alkmaar with 9 men for over 15 minutes. Alkmaar now score late. They need one more to knock out the stubborn Antwerp team, Calvin Stengs. But or a Royal Antwerp about to hold it to go into extra time. Hello. Stubborn. Still 1-0 Wolves as well. You know, Trabzonspor just don't look like they are going to be getting that goal. So it looks like AK Athens are on the verge of going to be knocking out Trabzonspor here. Maribor, if anything, they need an early goal because they need to score 3 to knock out Ludogorets. Trabzonspor, all they're asking for is just 1 goal. Wolves still 1 up. Rangers 0-0 still. Rangers are probably going to leave it late, aren't they? Or take it to extra time, which they don't need, especially with Celtic on the horizon on Sunday. I am looking edgily at at that Royal Antwerp AZ Alkmaar game. Because it's an incredible story so far from the Belgium teams, Royal Antwerp, and just to say in the women's football, England have drawn 3-3 with Belgium in a friendly match. There. But yeah, Trabzonspor were never going to get a goal without Daniel Sturridge. Antwerp still 1-1 with AZ Alkmaar. Ooh, but Trabzonspor still gone through despite that. I thought it was because Trabzonspor had got the 3 away goals. But that would have been wiped out if Athens had scored the third. So Trabzonspor didn't really have to score, did they? Well, no, because they didn't, Trabzonspor, and they've still gone through. So unlucky for AK Athens, who won 2-0 at Trabzonspor, they are still out. They are still out. Wolverhampton Wanderers are still 1-0 up at Torino. That goal from Raul Jimenez. Remember, a goal from a Legia Warsaw would mean that Rangers would need 2. What? True, they would. No, she is asleep. Because I'm clever. Royal Antwerp, what a story that is. They've got another man booked. You know, they are so close to extra time. If they concede now, it's going to be heartbreaking for them. Oh, well, I mean, have they just scored now? They have. F91 Dulanji 2, Ararat Armenia 1. Now, so that would put Dulanji through as it stands on away goals. Because Ararat Armenia won 2-1 at home. So Dudelange. Oh, no, as it stands, F91 Dudelange and Ararat Armenia will actually be extra time. Because now they are level on away goals each. Stays like that, then that is extra time. Feronikavakos against Seduva. Seduva had pulled it to 2-2. They were knocking out Seduva were knocking out Feronikavakos or Varos 2-2 there, and now they have just rescored again. I've never heard of this team in my life. They have just scored again there. Alkmaar and Antwerp are going into extra time. Antwerp are down to 9 men. What a story. Down to 9 men, and they're going into extra time with AZ Alkmaar. Rijeka and Ghent 1-1. Still, Maribor needed an early goal. They're still 2-0 down to Ludogorets. But what a story that is from Royal Antwerp, and I will be going on about this all night. Even if they go out, that is a story and a half. That is a story and a half.
Talking a lot. Do you miss him? ¿Te extraña o no? Es la pregunta. ¿Para él o para mí? No, tú a él. Ah, quieres los dos. Sí. Ok, el que conteste primero. Sí, eso se lo dije en su momento. Era lindo tenerlo.
Ollie, we're family. Well, kind of. So that one is going into extra time there. That one, but that is a story. That is a story and a half. That is. So they're down to 9 men. So they're down to 9 men, Royal Antwerp, with 15 minutes to go. Against AZ Alkmaar. I don't think people will really think of that as a good enough story that I've just put up there, but I think that is fantastic. So yeah, no other goals yet to tell you about. Wolves still won up against Torino through that goal from Raul Jimenez after half an hour. No, unbelievable. What a story that is for Royal Antwerp. They are going into extra time down to 9 men against AZ Alkmaar. They are going there into extra time against AZ Alkmaar. What a story. So extra time is underway from Antwerp Alkmaar. 9 men Antwerp. They're probably going to get smashed in this half an hour period of extra time. But I am hoping Antwerp. That would be a story. 9 men Antwerp knocking out Alkmaar. But if Alkmaar do score, then Antwerp are going out, because Antwerp would then need 2 goals, unless the away goals are suspended in extra time. I don't know. I don't think they are. I don't think they are at all. I don't think away goal rules is suspended in extra time. Would be interesting though. Would be interesting if it was. It would be classical if it was. So yeah, F91 Dude Lange and Ararat Armenia still 2-1. So that one, as it stands, is going into extra time. Seduva just need 1 more goal against Werner Cavaros to force extra time. No, just to go through outright. Rijeka and Ghent still 3-2 there to Ghent. Maribor, Ludogorets still 2-0 there. As it stands, extra time could be happening if it stays 1-0 Frankfurt. Strasbourg going into second half. Rangers Warsaw 0-0. Stays like that after the second half. It will be extra time. Wolves 1-0 up against Torino. Only extra time can only happen if Torino win 3-2 on the night, because that will put it to 5-5. And Victoria de Guimarães against FCSB of Romania. The only way that can be extra time as well is if it ends 0-0, which it currently is at the moment. So that is Europa League at the minute for you. But remember, if you do tune in, which I don't think anyone will, I know I've got like the odd one viewer who gave it a like, so thank you to you. But anyway, remember, if you do happen to join and you do like what you see, to give the video a thumbs up, which someone has, thank you very much, and to subscribe to the channel. And you can also comment in the live chat to the side or in the comment section below, and you can also follow me on Twitter at the Oliver James. So closing stages of these Europa League games, extra time between 9 Men Royal Antwerp and Alkmaar. What a story. I will have to keep on repeating myself. It is half time in the game between Rangers and Warsaw and Wolves and Torino. Rangers 0-0, Torino 1-0 down to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Rangers were favourites at the start of this game, by the way. Antwerp 1, Alkmaar 1. Still all the same scores. Maribor have got half an hour to try and get a goal. But anyway, I will, as nothing's happened and the other scores are half time, I will quickly go toilet break and then we will sit out the rest of the games with you. Back in 2 minutes. Hopefully Antwerp have not conceded in that time I am away. They are still 1-1 with AZ. If 9 Men Antwerp can hold it to penalties, it's going to be incredible. Yo, what up, peeps? The James Meister is back. That was probably less than 2. No! Since I've been away, AZ Alkmaar have scored, which was inevitable. It was coming, wasn't it? But in the first half of extra time, Freddie Grujic What is it with them and getting bookings, man? They've had 1, 2, including the Reds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bookings. Sinan Bolat and now Faris Harun. They are banned. If AZ Alkmaar gets someone sent off, this could turn the tide. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players booked. They've also had 6 players booked, but 2 of them have been sent off. Antwerp, but they are now 2-1 down. But but yeah, Antwerp are now down 2-1. This is upsetting enough to see that happening. Still could be extra time in Vitoria de Guimarães against FFFSB, because that's still 0-0. Half time as well in Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0, and Wolves 1, Torino 0 as well. 45 minutes left for Wolves, then they're safely through. F91 Dudlanje and Ararat Armenia 2-1 still. That one, as it stands, is going into extra time as it stands, but there's still time for that to change, especially with Ararat Armenia 2, 3, 4, 5 players booked as well. If any of them pick up a red card, extra time will probably be off the cards. Veronica Vareos need one more to at least put the game to bed against Seduva. They're 3-2 up, but Seduva get a goal, then Veronica Vareos are out. Rajitka 1-1 with Ghent, but Rajitka needed 2 goals, which is still possible to live in 8 minutes, but it seems unlikely for them. Maribor have got a goal back against Ludogorets. 2-1 now. Marcos Tavares has got a goal back from Maribor. 2-1 Ludogorets. Maribor now just need 2. They just need 2 goals now. Ludogorets. Ludogorets. So the substitute has scored. In attacking mid. So yeah, Maribor have got a goal back. Brilliant for them. They've got a goal back. They've got a goal back, but they just need 2 more. That game has still got over 20 minutes to play. Antwerp Alkmaar is going into extra time. Is in extra time, and AZ Alkmaar are now 2-1 up. This is absolutely humiliating. F91 Dudlanje 2-1 up as well. That one, as it stands, is going into extra time against Ararat Armenia. Fernan Cavarios 3-2 up still against Seduva. Seduva just need a goal to knock them out. Rajitka and Ghent 1-1. Rajitka would need 2 goals, but as it stands, Ghent can just easily sit back on this 1-1, and they know they are going through to be joining United, Arsenal, Celtic, Espanyol, Trabzonspor in the next phase, in the group stages. Maribor still 2-1 down to Ludogorets, as I just commented on there. Frankfurt in the second half, they are 1-0 up still to Strasbourg. That could go into extra time if the scores stay the same, but they are down to 10 men. They had Ante Rebic on the stroke of half-time sent off. Rangers 0-0 against Legia Warsaw. Wolverhampton Wanderers lead 1-0 through that goal on the half-hour mark through Raul Jimenez, but they've also had Johnny booked, so but I don't see Torino getting 3 goals. If it is, it will either be 3-1 or 3-2 to force extra time there. And Vitoria de Guimarães and FFSB 0-0. And they've had 2 men booked, and people are saying, so why are you bringing up about players being booked? Because obviously, because of this Antwerp story, and now it was good whilst it lasted for Royal Antwerp. 9 men took Alkmaar to extra time, but now they are 3-1 down with yet another player booked. Just look at this. Look at that. Sinan Boliat in goal booked. But they've got every player that is playing. They're free. So it's Kumaninias with a goal there as well then. But I mean, there are so many yellows and red cards in that game, but nothing yet for Alkmaar, who are now 3-1 up. This is getting embarrassing. Penalty spot. That's why Dylan Batabusinki was not scored, was booked. Just to say, breaking news: Alexis Sanchez has joined Inter Milan on a season-long loan. He will be joining Romelu Lukaku there. Tian Cooper Muniz has made it 3-1 now to Alkmaar. Royal Antwerp on the stroke of half time on the first half of extra time. They will hope, and they will huff and puff and hope that AZ Alkmaar get at least a man sent off so they can potentially get a goal. No, because the away goals now will just cancel them out. Yeah. If away goals are disabled in extra time, then they stand a chance. Very fine margin chance, but they would still stand a chance. Still no more goals to tell you about in any of the other games yet. F91 Dudlanje and Ararat Armenia. Could that be going into extra time? No more goals from that one, then it's extra time. Seduba, Fenerbahce 3-2. Remember, all hinges on a goal from either team. Seduba would Seduba? No, Seduba would not knock him out because it would then be 4-2, yeah, on aggregate instead of 3-2. Yeah. So Seduba gets a goal, knocks out Fenerbahce, stays like this. Fenerbahce would be through. Rajitka and Ghent does not matter what happens there. Rajitka would need 2 goals though to at least stand a chance of knocking out Ghent. Well, no, they would, yeah, 4-3 actually, yes, they would. They would knock them out. Oh. If Rijek could get a goal, I've just realised if Rijek could get a goal, despite winning 2-1, that would go into extra time, surely. It would. Despite them winning 2-1, they would have to play extra time. Because they can't separate that. Because Ghent won 2-1 from the first leg. Rijeka had the away goal. Now Rijeka had scored, that's 2-2. Then Ghent have scored. So Ghent have taken away the away goal. So they would be level pegging if it ends 2-1. So Rijeka, it's Rangers 0, Legia 0. 0-0 half time as well. But if Rijeka scored against Ghent, it would be 2-1, 3-3 on aggregate. So that game would have to go into extra time, despite Rijeka winning. Despite that winning, yes, Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0 at half time. Wolves and Torino half time 1-0. Vitoria di Guimarães and FCSB are also goalless as well. Royal Antwerp still 3-1 down in the first period of extra time, but what a story it was for them up until the 90th minute where they conceded to force this extra time. F91 Dudlanje seconds away from extra time against Ararat Armenia. Seduba are in extra time. They are huffing and they're puffing, but they just can't seem to get that goal that would knock out Fenerbahce. Rijeka get a goal. They force extra time in their hopes getting into the group stages of the Europa League would not be dashed. Maribor have scored against Ludogorets. I said at half time, Maribor need 3 goals. They've now got 2. Maribor have equalised 2-2 against Ludogorets now. 20 minutes to go. Maribor 2, Ludogorets 2. Well, this is getting thrilling, this one. F91 Dudlanje and Ararat Armenia 1. It's 2-1, but that one's going into extra time. The second half of Rangers and Legia Warsaw is back underway. 0-0. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Torino. Second half back underway. That one is still 1-0 to Wolves. Halftime, Vitoria di Guimarães and FFSB. That is 0-0. That one, that halftime, Royal Antwerp and Alkmaar is over. So yeah, that one is just going to stay like that. So Dude Lange and Ararat Armenia is going into extra time. Rijeka would need a goal, but I can't believe that Maribor have got the goal. That Maribor have scored. So it was Rudy Pozeg Vankas. Vankas has scored for Maribor there to make it 2-2. Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0. Second half just started in that one. Big second half for Celtic as well, for Rangers, I should say, because Celtic went through earlier with a convincing 4-1 win over AIK, and they won 6-1 on aggregate. Celtic getting the confidence before the big derby with Rangers on Sunday. Rangers under Stevie G, they need a goal to go through. They need one badly. Wolves 1, Torino 0 is still also what is going on. That goal from Raul Jimenez. Well, yeah, second half is underway. Royal Antwerp and AZ Alkmaar. Second half above extra time. That one now is underway. Still no more bookings or sendings off as of yet in that one. F91 Dude Lange are going into extra time against Ararat Armenia. So I will still be here for another at least half hour, potentially penalties as well. I could be even longer. Half an hour to go at Frankfurt Strasbourg. That one will be going into extra time as it stands, because it's still 1-0 to 10-man Frankfurt. Maribor need a goal to knock out Ludogorets. Rijeka need a goal, and they are in the 93rd minute. That goal would take them into extra time. Otherwise, Ghent are going through. Ferner Kavaros are knocking out Seduva as it stands. Well, no more extra time anymore for Frankfurt and Strasbourg. Well, Strasbourg had a man sent off 5 minutes ago. Dimitri Leonard was sent off, 10 men against 10 men, and now Frankfurt have made them pay. Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Strasbourg 0, who couldn't even do anything for the first 15 minutes first 10 minutes when Frankfurt were down to 10 men when Ante Rebic was sent off. Frankfurt are now 2 up against Strasbourg. They are, indeed. Royal Antwerp, AZ Alkmaar still 3-1. That one. I would say another goal, or if Alkmaar gets someone sent off, that could change the tie just a little bit. I don't think they're going to score, are they? So it's under. So yeah, Rangers and Legia, Wolves and Torino are still back underway. Like I've said, Dude Lange and Ararat Armenia are going to at least be half time very shortly. No, I mean the second half. The first half of extra time is starting on that one shortly. It's a big one. There's still potentially some finales here. Like that Maribor Ludogorets one is in for a thrilling finish. Ghent have knocked out Rijeka. They have knocked out Rijeka. Ghent have. Rijeka just needed a goal, but they are out. Ferner Kavareos and Seduva are into the 6th minute of added time. That is still 3-2. Seduva, are they still huffing and puffing and looking for that goal that that would knock out Ferner Rail. Do unless can keep it here at 2-2. Well, yeah. Or Celtics, Armenia, minute, ball Ludo. So now the internet wants to be. And you know it's one. But yeah, Italy frustrated. Bloody screen now. 4-1 AZ. Oh, come on now. Extra time. I think for them to are no internet connection. Come on, man. There you go. Torino, Victoria D. Grunel. Hell is this doing? Phone. Yeah. That's Maribor. Still. But anyway, Rangers 0-0 balance for Torino. One win for Torino would not. It would. Despite Wolves score, it would still. We had this because we had because they. This. I just think. Blood working properly, is it? No. Wow. Now this one is working. Now it could be working. It is working. 2-1 to Wolves. It's 2-1 to Wolverhampton. 1 Zitters. Extra time there. Antwerp with 2 men sent off, by the way. They are 4-1 down still. Well, I mean, I say still, but yeah, they are 4-1 down. They are heading out. It was a brave performance from the Belgium team. What? That is an absolute joke. That is an absolute piss take. Someone makes a joke about a battery acid and it goes and everyone loses their shit. Dude Lange of Luxembourg 2, and obviously the Armenian Ararat Armenia 2-1 down still, but that is deep into extra time. It's past actually the first half of extra time. This one has still got time before it's full time. Still got about 10 minutes before it could reach extra time penalties here. Yeah, Frankfurt 3-0 up now at Strasbourg. Guimaraes FCSB 0-0 still there. Wolves 2-1 up against Torino. Remember, Torino need 2 goals to force extra time. Leandro Dendondoka scoring, cancelling out Belletti's. Daniel Basili sends a cross in and Belletti leaps highest to connect with the ball on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's 1-1 and then Dendondoka manages to get a strike in straight from kickoff. So it would seem like there. Rangers 0-0 still with Legia. They brought on John Flanagan now for Barisic, and I think that is quite smart. Smart from Steven Gerrard. You know, he's on a booking, bring him off. You don't want to get needless second yellow card, things like that. Morales, I don't really think has done much. What are the stats? 8 shots to their 4. Rangers have been bossing, haven't they? Apart from free kicks or corners. Throw-ins, they have goalkeeper saves, no fouls. All yellow cards, one apiece. Attacks, they have dangerous attacks, they have as well. But they just can't seem. Will they be joining Celtic in the next round? That is the big thing here. Are they going to be joining them in the next phase? You never know. Well, I mean, there won't be extra time in the Guimaraes game either. No. Guimaraes 1, FCSB 0, and it's a penalty from Tapsobia. Tapsobia for the Portuguese team. The first leg ended 0-0, and Edmond Tapsobia puts the ball into the bottom left corner past the outstretched arm of Christian Belgaraden. Guimaraes 1, FCSB 0. So the only game now which can go into extra time, two. Rangers and Legia if it stays like this, and if Torino can get two more goals, then it will go into extra time. You know, then that game can still go into extra time. You know, Wolves, Rangers one is currently, if it stays as it is, Dude Lange and Ararat Armenia. Surely that one could be going into penalties. Alkmaar through after extra time. Frustrations kicking in here. Strasbourg had it all, then they had a man sent off stupidly, and it's cost them with Kostic and Da Costa getting goals in the second half. That has cost them, literally. Yeah. I wasn't expecting Rangers to struggle as much as they have, but Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0. Extra time still in that one. Dude Lange against Amarat. I know, against Amarat. Armenia. No, Ararat, Armenia. You know, that one is still as it is. You know, 5 minutes left in Frankfurt. Just over 15 minutes to go in Wolves, Torino, Rangers, Legia. You know, still time in those games. Really is still time for anything to happen apart from the Frankfurt game. That one's over. You know, I don't see Torino getting 3 goals. I would say it's nigh on impossible, but I mean, it's not impossible, but it just is not going to happen. Is this one today? Yeah, it is. Frankie Boyle introduced Jack Carroll and Holly Walsh. Ooh, cannot wait for that. 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Cannot wait for that at 10 o'clock. Cannot wait for that at 10 o'clock. You know, cannot wait for that at 10 o'clock. Oh, fuck off. Sent me something about 15 days ago. Dude Lange 2-1 there against Ararat Armenia, still in extra time with 5 minutes. What? Don't do anything. What? I know, but I mean, there's no one even viewing it. No one. Got one like, but no one's viewing it. I don't even know if it's working properly because the internet fucked up. And it was fucking up for a while and I was getting annoyed. If you couldn't hear me, then that's cool. If you could, even better.
No. I want to come say goodnight.
Why, you off to bed?
Yes. I'm in pain. My back hurts.
Why?
Because it is. Now give me a kiss. Love you.
Oh, see you later.
Bye, guys.
Ruined. Stream is ruined now. I've got to turn it off.
No,
It is.
that's not. I'm turn the lights.
So what is this one? Europa League. How was this other Oliver James kid? Got 61,000 subscribers. It's a fucking mug. I'm not subscribing to him. Do one. So yeah, that one is on the verge of extra time though. Dude Lange against Ararat Armenia. Still nothing from Rangers and Legia Warsaw. So that is what it is. So that is what it is. At the moment. So that is what it is. At the moment. That is what it is. At the moment. Wow, there is a pause in the play at Rangers and Legia. Wow, there is a pause in the play at Well, the game has been interrupted for some reason, and I reckon it's got something to do with the Legia Warsaw fans. It has to. It has to. It has to be them. It has to be because there's something with 20 minutes to go. Well, about 10 minutes to go, and the game so far has been interrupted. It's been interrupted at the moment here, and I don't know what is going on, but it interrupted due to spectator riots. The game has not been abandoned yet, but because of spectator riots, which is probably bound to be from the Legia Warsaw fans, the game has so far been interrupted between Rangers and Legia Warsaw. Still currently Wolves 2, Torino 1, 10 minutes to go. Torino need to get 2 goals to force extra time Frankfurt still 3-0 up at Strasbourg. On the verge of penalties between Dudlange and Ararat Armenia, because it's still 2-1 to Dudlange, and it has been all throughout extra time, but they need one more because of extra time, and because of added time is still the same. So penalties could be upon us. And now the game is back underway. Rangers and Legia back underway. I think the stewards have done a fantastic job. Rangers 0, Legia 0. That one could be going into extra time as well. Guamiresh is still 1-0 up, as well as FCSB still 1-0 there. So we're coming into these closing moments. The story of the day for me was Antwerp against AZ Alkmaar. Antwerp had Mbakani sent off. If anyone remembers Mbakani, he was on loan at Norwich a few seasons ago. He got sent off after 35 minutes. And then obviously Antwerp had a guy booked in the middle of the first half, and you're probably thinking, yes, Ollie, what about it? It was Lamek Z. But then Lamek Z scored for Antwerp. A minute later, got sent off because I presume for taking off his shirt. So Antwerp were down to 9 men, and it took AZ Alkmaar till the 91st minute against a 9-men team from Belgium before they scored. Managed to hold until extra time, and then they got destroyed in extra time after that. But that is the story of that day so far for me. The only exciting thing that was Antwerp there, holding them, nearly knocking out Alkmaar, but then they let their discipline get the better of them, and because they let the discipline get the better of them, they were comfortably knocked out. So before no other goals yet. So before anything else does come in, and potentially penalties between Dudlange and Ararat Armenia, which is still 2-1 for that. If you do like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't got anything you would like to say, you can say it in either the live chat or in the comments down below. That would be appreciated as well. And you can follow me on Twitter at the Oliver James. So now we are in the final 10 minutes at Rangers and at Wolves. Virtually full time at Frankfurt. Dudlange and Ararat Armenia still 2-1 there. It's in added time and extra time, where I think potentially could be extra time, and I will be on until every single game is over. That is worthy of dedication. That is worthy of likes, worthy of subscribes, worthy of everything. That is dedication. I'm Europa League, where no one probably really actually gives a hooters about Europa League football, but unless you're Celtic fan who are through United, Arsenal, Espanyol, Trabzonspor. It's not like anyone from Trabzonspor would understand a single word I say. Or if you're Bulgarian with Lula Gedets, who went through on the away goal rule. But yeah, it doesn't look, Rangers, I think, will go into extra time. Still goalless against Legia, for sure. It was interrupted due to spectator things there. The discipline's getting a little bit out of hand. They've just had Katic booked there, but Jones has come on though for Scott Arfield. Aribo, Morales, and Ojo are still the three strikers. He hasn't thought about bringing on maybe Haaland. No, Haaland is a defender. That's why. Stewart doesn't say what position he is. Stewart. Or Kamara, which is a midfielder, so maybe Glenn Kamara or Jermaine Defoe potentially at some point. But a goal for Legia would knock Rangers right out of the Europa League. But a goal for Rangers would knock Legia out until Legia scored again. Then if Legia were to equalise, it would be that. But just think, Rangers could be knocked out. That is just a thought. That is just a thought. Rangers could be knocked out. Torino have got 5 minutes to try and get 2 goals to potentially knock out Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sorry, 2 goals with forced extra time, I should say, sorry. Over, Frankfurt have knocked out Strasbourg. Potentially extra time at Dudelange. But apart from that, everything else is still as it is. 3 games to go, then Europa League, then that is all of the qualifications of the Europa League done for. If I was Stevie, I wouldn't make a sub yet, just in case it goes into extra time. You know, Glasgow, Celtic through earlier, Glasgow Rangers 0-0 against Legia. At the minute, still going at Dudelange and Arat Armenia. It's in the 125th minute now of the game. I think that is my little Bella getting up. I will be back in 2 seconds. Maybe not. My bad. Still going there at Dudelange, Ararat, Armenia. There, still no goals at Ibrox. Still 2. Yeah, Ibrox, yeah. Still 2-1 Wolverhampton Wanderers and Torino. Despite Andrea Belletti getting goals back, still doesn't have that feeling to. You know, it still doesn't have that stone cold feelings to it, though. Not that you think. Still goalless, you know, there as well. Yep, Dudelange Ararat Armenia has gone into penalties. If I can, I will try and update you on the scores from that. Well, I mean, Ararat Armenia missed a penalty anyway in the first half. But they know in extra time they can use 1 extra sub. But yeah, penalties is going to commence in this one anyway. So yeah, that is that so far. Penalties is happening at Dudelange against Ararat Armenia. So remember, Dudelange against Ararat Armenia is going into penalties. 88 minutes at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Legia Warsaw 0. Looks like extra time on that one. Wolves still 2-1 up at Torino. Well, against Torino. Guamira still 1-0 up against FCSB. A goal for FCSB would knock out Guamires. It would knock him right out of the park. Dudelange and Ararat Armenia penalty shootout to be underway very, very, very shortly. Will it be the Armenian team knocking out the Luxembourg team? I don't see that though. I think they're Lithuanian, aren't they? Siduva? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They are Hungarian. Seems how much I know about Hungarian football team. Nothing, because I didn't even know. Belarus. That's AIK Stockholm. I thought it would have been Aalborg. AIK Aalborg. So yeah, penalties on this to be underway pretty soon, and the referee was Macedonian between Luxembourg and an Armenian match. Rangers Legia could be going into extra time. That could be the only one I'm still live for. And if that goes into penalties, then that is going to be incredible. Doesn't matter what else happens here. Patrick Crotone and now Ruben Neves are on. Crotone needs time to settle from his move from AC Milan. Could he be a hero here? Don't see it happening. But they are 2-1 up. Rangers still 0-0. Guimaraes still 1-0 up. Still at pause in break time before penalties at Dude Lange of Luxembourg against Ararat Armenia of Armenia. Penalties virtually going on there. Wolves Torino 2-1. Guimaraes 1. FCSB 0. Rangers Legia 0-0. Is there to be late drama at Rangers? Is there to be 15 minutes late drama at Guimaraes FCSB? I can't say late drama at Wolves unless Torino somehow can score back-to-back goals in like seconds. I will update you on the penalty shootout at Dude Lange, Ararat, Armenia. Nothing happening here yet. Back in two. Back in two. This is getting exhilarating. So, has there been late drama? Penalty shootout, Dude Lange against Amarat and Dude Lange. They've scored it. Late drama at Ibrox. Rangers 1, Legia Warsaw 0. Alfredo Morales has left it really, really late. It's in the back of the net. Jordan Jones sends a superb cross. Right into the box. Morales lashes onto it from near the penalty shot. Powers ahead low inside the right post. He just played his eye for goal there. Great finish. 6 minutes of additional time. Legia better not score. Well, that is Rangers out. Rangers 1, Legia Warsaw 0. Unbelievable. Oh no! The substitute Avet Zayan has missed a penalty for Ararat Armenia. Rangers 1, Legia 0. Moren. Oh, he's missed one as well for Dude Lange. They've missed a penalty as well. But looks like Rangers. Because look, this is quite clearly a tricky tie for Rangers. Probably trickier than any tie they will get in Scotland. Wolves are in to the group stages of the Europa League. They have knocked out Torino. Wolves 2, Torino 1. Beautiful. Guamira still 1-0 up. Rangers on the verge. That's Alfredo Morales goal, and I've got him as well on my Brighton career on FIFA. I've just signed him, by the way. But I mean, that one for PSV, scored twice. Malan, I've got him on it, and he is class. I've got him and Maten or whatever it is, who is also class. Dude Lange penalties. Still not yet to be taken. The second one from Ararat, Armenia. Wow, Rangers on the verge here. Alfredo Morales has just potentially carried them, along with like Celtic and everyone else, right into the next phase. This could be it. Referee will be looking at his watch very, very closely. Well, it's now 2-2 on penalties. Boo Green scored for made it 2-0 to Dude Lange. And now they've scored 2 penalties in a row. Ararat Armenia. 3 penalties taken each. 2 goals scored each, missed 1 each. Not quite there yet, Rangers. Not quite there yet. It was Alphonse. So Natima 3-2 Dude Lange on penalties now. Just to say, if Ararat Armenia miss a penalty, then they will be going out, and they've scored one. 3-3 on penalties now. This is a cracking penalty shootout. 90+7. I bet Stevie G is doing his nut on that touchline. Why hasn't the referee blown his whistle? Well, he has now. Rangers have qualified. They are in the group stage. They have knocked out Legia Warsaw. That late goal from Morales. We all thought Oliver James was still going to be here in half an hour's time. That's not the case. That is not the case. I can now breathe because, Guimaraes are 1-0 up. They are probably going to win 1-0. And Dude Lange have scored. Pressure now on Ararat Armenia, who have to score. Sinani has scored. They miss. Dude Lange are into the group stages. But if they score, sudden death. Here we go. And they've scored it. Ararat Armenia, it's still on. Oh, let's get it on. Guimaraes still 1-0 up against FCSB, by the way. I will stay with you until the end of this penalty because I've been doing this Dude Lange match against Ararat Armenia since about 7:30 with you. So I've been here since at least virtually the second half of this one, and all through extra time and now through penalties when it's 4-4. Whoever misses next, it's going to be absolutely that. So Rangers score late to beat Legia Warsaw. Alfredo Morelos in the 91st minute. Now it's 5-4 Dude Lange against Ararat Armenia on penalties. This is getting intense. Whoever misses next is out. And Ararat Armenia are out. Pashov has missed the penalty. Dude Lange win 5-4 on penalties. They've knocked out Ararat Armenia. Wolves also safely through. There's still one game, Guameres against FCSB. That is the only one left. But Rangers and Wolves safely through. A late goal from Alfredo Morales sends Rangers through. Right. Well, Saturday is Premier League action. I may be doing this for Premier League action. If you think I should, if you want to see that or any other content, please tell me either in the live chat or in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, you can give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, that would help very, very much. Thank you. So yeah, this has been the Europa League games. Just thought that I would do something different. I'd never went live for the Carabao Cup before until I did that Tuesday. Europa League I done today. I don't see the point in doing them for games tomorrow because there's only like one game from the Championship. No point going live for ones in Spain and all that. Saturday and Sunday are the biggie ones. Well, no, there's only 2 games in the Championship. Oh no, and that big one, Rangers Celtic, that's at 12. No point going live for that if there's no Premier League game on at 12, which there isn't. Or if that's at 3, then it's even better. No, it's not. It's on at 12, that one anyway. There's no other for no, there's not on that one. Right. Well, anyway. That has been that. That has been the Europa League final qualifying round. And, I've been Oliver James, and potentially until Saturday, I will see you then. Bye-bye for now.